Yo, what's good people? I welcome you back again to a brand new podcast presentation of Yosef's 2 Cents. I'm your man, Yosef X, and tonight, I want to revisit a subject that people are still talking about. And it's sadly apparent that the main ones that just don't understand it are contemporary women concerning contemporary relationships. So let's sit back, unwind, and relax, and let us do what we always do, and that's sit down and reason together. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a moment. All right, y'all, we are back. I'm so happy to have you with me again on this beautiful Sunday evening. As always, I hope everything is going your way on tonight. And if not, please don't worry about it. There will be other days that will get better for you. Fix this mic right quick. And we are multi-streaming on YouTube as well as Facebook. Let's see who we have joining the fray here tonight. As always, we have Brother Sam in the house. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also on the YouTube platform, we got Sister Giselle, Sister G. What's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. On the Facebook/Meta side, we got Brother Barron in the house. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining the fray as well. Let's see. Who else? The lovely Marla. Good evening to you too, dear. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Hope everything is well with y'all. Listen. Excuse me. I do apologize for getting started a bit late. I was having some technical issues, but thankfully we got it taken care of, and so far it seems to be running very, very smoothly. Shout out to all of my brand new YouTube listeners. Thank you so very, very, very much for subscribing to the Yosef Isaiah Benjamin Network. We are up to now 130 subscribers. 130 subscribers. I thank you all so much for subscribing, and I continue to hope that I will present to you satisfactory and content that you can relate to, and it will have you to become a better person in some shape, form, or fashion, one way or another. And also on the Facebook/Meta side, we got Nadia. What's good? Thanks for joining us. Shout out to you for being a long time follower of mine. First it was you, then I think your sister. It was either Marla or then your husband, or your husband and then your sister. But anyway, thank you for being a long time follower. You've been rocking with me the longest, so I appreciate you, and shout out to Marla as well. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you very, very much, and shout out to you, Brother Barron, as well. I appreciate y'all. Now, I want to say once again, before we get started, I'm going to need YouTube to let me be great. I'm going to need Facebook to let me be great. And let me speak my piece. Normally, I go all out. Normally, I go all out using all kinds of profanity and obscenities, and I'm rude and I'm crude in my views, and when I encapsulate my thoughts and all this kind of thing. But I'm getting new subscribers, and more importantly, on top of that, as a man, I'm learning to pick my battles and my struggles, a lot wiser than I used to. So I'm going to try and keep this as at least PG. I'm going to try and keep this as PG as I can, because I do have Christian listeners, I have Muslim listeners, I have Hebrew Israelites, I have agnostics, and I also have atheists that listens to me as well. So I'm going to try my best to keep it as PG, at least, as I can. Or your husband, Brother Barron, was before Marla. Okay, cool, no problem. But nonetheless, thank all of you for rocking with me. I do appreciate it. And Brother Sam, thank you for the compliment as well. All right, let's get down to it. Contemporary relationships. I don't understand, or better yet, I do understand. I understand more as to why the questions are still being raised, as to why it's become even more difficult. Why has it become even more difficult to find a helpmeet, or for a woman to find a husband, or to become a wife? I understand why the question is still being raised. And I'm going to answer that question once again. The reason why it is still so difficult for you to accept the ever-changing of how relationships are is because, number one, you're listening to podcasters who really don't have a clue when it comes down to relationships, marriages, because chances are a lot of them, they never really had a relationship and they never been married in the first place. And then when they tell you that they have a girlfriend or they have a fiance, are they able to provide you with receipts? Are they able to provide you with receipts? It don't have to be nothing major. It doesn't have to be anything big. But you say you had a girlfriend, or you have a girlfriend, or you had a wife, and you're in the same position I was. You know what it's like to lose a spouse in death. Okay. Where's the proof? Where's the picture? Where's the picture of your girlfriend? Where's the picture of your fiance? Where's the picture of your now deceased wife? If she's deceased, sorry for your loss. May she rest in peace. Where is she? Where is the picture of her? You all know what my late wife looks like. I gave y'all the backstory. I told y'all how we first met, when we got married, how selfish I was during the marriage at some given point, but over time I got better with it. And then 23 days before our birthday, because she and I shared the same birthday, August the 3rd, because she was a year older than me, she passed away on me. I've told you the breakdown. Hey, bro. Hey, look. Whoever is controlling my Wi-Fi, I need for y'all to chill out, bro. I'm not in the mood for the shenanigans. Just stop the BS. Thank you. I've told you how I suffered a nervous breakdown. I told you how her death affected me and how it took me over a year to get back on my feet. Mentally, emotionally, the back sets and the setbacks. I've also explained to you how I've come back so much so that I now have a lady in my life. I have a girlfriend. And we're in the process of building a future. You understand? I told you how I met her through her sister. You know? Shoot, I've even interviewed my lady on the same platform. At least you know for a fact I give receipts. You all have heard her voice. Shoot, you've seen pictures of her. My new girlfriend, I mean. I give y'all receipts. In the meanwhile, what are the rest of these podcasters doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They are preying on your ignorance. And not only are they preying on your ignorance, you are making them richer. Because of your ignorance. But see, here's the thing. A lot of y'all want to remain in your delusions. And see, that's just the tip of the iceberg as to why contemporary relationships are in the garbage. It's in the trash can. It's in the garbage pail. The proverbial trash, the proverbial trash can, the proverbial garbage pail. It's in the garbage, it's in the trash. And one of the reasons why is because you're listening to idiots that doesn't have a clue about relationships. They don't have a clue about not only relationships, but they don't even have a clue about the science and idiosyncrasies of relationships as well. You're listening to podcasters that tells you one thing, and you're getting your information from podcasters who actually think that watching Leslie Pipes and Shawn Michaels and Lexington Steele smash all these porn stars, other porn stars like Cherokee Diaz, Naomi Banks with 3 X's. Yeah. You think that getting sex education, you get it from pornography. Those are the kind of podcasters that you're getting your information from. But if you listen to a cat like me, that's going to tell you some things that not only have I learned from experience, as well as being under the learning tree and the tutelage of other people more experienced than me, you bypass me. You bypass me and you take me as a joke. Oh, and if you are pretending to have a girlfriend, and if you are pretending to be in a relationship, you also have podcasters, right? That are actually in legitimate relationships, but guess what? Their girlfriends look hideous. They are unattractive. They are not easy on the eyes. They are walking, talking, breathing eyesores. And they are embarrassed and they are ashamed to be seen in public with their so-called significant others. Let me get to your observations. Let's see what we got. Brother Sam says they are telling someone else's life story. That too. And see, here's the thing. While they're telling somebody else's life story and not their own, they're envious of who actually has gone through some things, has actually gone through some challenges. And when you have somebody that's jealous, right? When you have somebody that's jealous of having all these relationships, unfortunately, this is the end result. Let's see. Let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back up here right quick. Yeah, worldliness listeners, definitely. I have listeners from all walks of life, and that's cool. Brother Barron says factual information. Then Brother Sam says just because just them talking doesn't even sound substantial. And see, that's the thing too. People can't even decipher or discern who's who and who's not. That's the point. Sister Giselle agrees. Brother Barron agrees. Sister Giselle says, these are the same people that don't even see the doctor for a physical. Hey, you said it. I didn't. I just agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Really do. We got J. Cole in the house. Thanks for joining us. He says most women and plenty of men want advice that tickles their ears. And that's why they are still in the same situation that they find themselves in. Instead of listening to somebody that's honest and legitimate and actually knows what's going on in the world, like you said, they want somebody to tickle their ears. It's pathetic. Real talk. Brother Sam says they get on the network and put other women down in looks. And a lot of these cats are not prom kings themselves. They're not GQ looking neither. Right, Sister Giselle, while calling other people liars. Yeah. Yeah. And see, look, at least you know with me, I'll be transparent with you. At least I'll be transparent with you and share with you some of my bonehead mistakes that I have made. Here's something else too that you may or may not know or may not realize. The reality is also a lot of these women's fathers, yes, especially you toxic, masculine acting, masculine dressing, masculine looking females, your fathers effing failed you. And so did the rest of this blasted society. They failed you. You know why they failed you? They failed you because they were not being honest and they were not being legitimate with you about how things are. See, here's the deal. We as men, we know how to handle rejection better than you do. We get rejected in some shape, form, fashion, one way or the other. But do you see us crying about it? Do you hear us whining and complaining and kvetching about it? No. We don't whine. We don't moan. We don't complain. We don't do any of that. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving. And furthermore, we cry in silence. You know why we cry in silence? Because you foolishly think that we are supposed to be unemotional. We're supposed to be robots. We're not supposed to have feelings. We're not supposed to have any emotions. And then when we do find a confidant, guess what? That turns out to be toxic too. You know why that turns out to be toxic? Because you lie. Because you will go behind our backs, you'll spread our business, and then you'll laugh at us. And then if we're in a relationship, you'll give us the lowest blow and you'll bring up something from our painful past. That's why we don't like you, we don't trust you, we don't respect you. See, the very same thing that we unfortunately have done for you, we foolishly thought that we could get the same kind of treatment and the same kind of respect for you. That's why you don't find a whole lot of your men, your husbands, and your fiancés talking to you. Because you taught them not to trust you. Let me get to your observations. Lady Marla says the podcasters know that women don't want to hear the truth. So that's why they continue to give them fictional, delusional, and sloppy stories, i.e. Derek Jackson. And you're right. Darling, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're spot on. And I said something similar to that at the top of this podcast. You just went more, excuse me, you just went more in depth with it. But you're spot on. Oh yeah, and least I forget, not only Derek Jackson, but Steve Harvey and the rest of these kleptogamists. Giselle says, I believe the listeners are dealing with low self-esteem and mental illness issues. Not just their listeners, but the podcasters are dealing with mental health issues too. To piggyback off of that observation. So it's both the podcasters as well as their listeners. Straight up. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all listen right quick. I'm going to let y'all listen to something right quick that I know for a fact is really going to, let me see, hold on. Let's see here. Let me make sure I have this right here. Two of my favorite wrestlers, Sting and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Normally, I used to do the Ric Flair woo with no problem, no strain, no nothing. Haven't done it in a while. Anyway, I want y'all to listen to, there's another wrestler, favorite wrestler of mine, The Undertaker. I want y'all to listen very, 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 very carefully. Because the truth is, what I'm getting ready to have y'all to listen to is part of the reason why these females still don't get it. And when people are steady trying to tell them what they need to do, and they ain't doing it, this is the end result. Let's see here. And see, here's the thing. Here's something else that you got to realize. Albeit that there's still more women starting to come out and speak out against this, guess what? A lot of these women that are now speaking out, they should have been speaking out a long time ago. Because here's the thing. You got a lot of men out here now that don't want to have anything to do with a woman, personally or professionally. Because they look at every woman with doubt and suspicion. And the reason why they look at every woman, whether they're innocent or not, they look at every woman with doubt and suspicion is because they are afraid of being put on blast just for opening the door and holding the door for them. Because these toxic broads, they are so quick and they are so fast to cry out sexual misconduct. Female always wants to be respected, but they don't want to show, they don't want to give the same woman, the same man, the same respect in turn. No, and men ain't going for it. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm going to find this. I am going to find this. And then when a man tries to tell you things that you need to do for yourself to better yourself as a woman, you reject it. And that's why you're still on the level of being a concubine. Period. Let me find this. Because it's really pathetic that when we try to get you to be held accountable, but you don't want to be held accountable, men ain't gonna continue to go for that. You're right, Brother Sam. He says the more lies they tell, hell, the more donations podcasters receive. Facts. It's the truth. No lies are told. That's some nonsense. When I want to find this piece of information, now I can't find it. Let me read this observation by Brother Barron right quick. Brother Barron says, laugh out loud. They are so embarrassing and lack of sexual attention. They filed sexual harassment charges. Yeah, which makes it even more difficult for those that are actual victims to be believed. So these loser females, they have made it so doggone difficult for everybody. Not just the honorable woman, but they've made it even more difficult for themselves. And that's why no man wants to be bothered with them. No man wants to be responsible for them. And guess what? Who could blame them? I'm going to find this. And then when a man tells a woman, hey, look, you need to chill out on the body tattoos. Because look, not every man is going to go for a woman that has tattoos. Not happening. Not happening. Shoot, take Joe Smith, for example. His wife. And I'm going to say this. Joe, let me tell you something, homie. I would divorce her. I would go from being her husband to her pimp. I would. I would. And see, here's something else that a lot of people don't want to talk about. When you get in relationships with these people, men and women, I'm talking to both of y'all. When you get in relationships with men and women, you know what the half fact you getting yourself into. And for you to come into a relationship thinking that you're going to change somebody, that's a huge mistake. Here's another pink elephant in the room. A lot of you females, guess what? A lot of y'all are pedophiles too. Yes, you are. You 40 and 50 years old and you dating some 17, 18, 19-year-old young man. Miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the BS. I can't find it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I found it. All right, listen. Let's see. Lady Marla says, so true. Yeah, definitely. Brother Barron says, oh, yeah, they know one another. Yeah, they know the deal. All right. Okay. Yeah, they are monsters. See, it's all right for a man to get thrown under the prison, but it's all right for also for a woman to be a pedophile. No, you need your behinds. I'm trying to keep it PG. You need your behinds handed to you also. Now, I want you all to listen very carefully to a short video. As a matter of fact, yeah, I want y'all to listen. Matter of fact, let me do this. I'll do it even better. I'll do it even better. Yeah, I'll do it even better. I want y'all to see it for yourself. I want y'all to see it for yourself. Hold on a minute. If there's one thing about me y'all should know by now, I believe in presenting receipts. I believe in presenting receipts. So this is what I'm going to do. I want you to see it, and I want you to hear it. That's what I want. And please, as far as Joe Smith is concerned about, Joe Smith's wife is concerned about her shedding tears because her husband left the house, please, I will make you one of my hoes. I would. If you don't listen, if a woman does not respect a man's authority, you don't get to be a wife. You don't get wife treatment. Let's see. Let's see. Let me do this. Brother Barry, you saw the same thing? Let's see. Man, ain't that some BS? I didn't believe that for 1 second. But let me set up this video right quick so y'all can see it. And what I'm getting ready to do, y'all let me know if y'all can hear hear this video. I'm getting ready to play it right now. Hold on. All right.
It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
You see, there's a reason for that. Decades ago, you wouldn't have needed help.
Can y'all
The
hear
men
it?
would have done it for you. The thing is, the world has changed. Women have changed. Now, see, something I tend to do a lot. I tend to imagine, what if I was a man?
If y'all can hear it, put a 1 in the chat.
Would I help women? Truthfully, when I think about it, no, absolutely not.
Let's see what we got. Oh, y'all can hear it? All right. What I'm going to do is, okay, y'all can hear it? Good. Good. All right, good. I'm going to let it play out. And then I want your thoughts on it. All right, here we go. I'm going to play it now. Here we go.
Not. Even if my instinct as a man is leaning toward chivalry, I'm not going to help. There's a number of reasons for that. A lot of times when men are doing nothing wrong, they end up on the internet because the wind blew something into their eye and they might have winked and someone filmed it because you were winking at a woman. And what if she was 17 years old and you helped her? And then you end up on the internet as some kind of creep pursuing young girls. It's just too dangerous. There are cameras out here. People are filming things with duplicitous intent. You don't know when you're going to be the next viral sensation. You don't know when you're the next guy getting your life ruined. You don't know when a woman is going to lash out at you because you might be helping her and she takes offense in that. If I was a man, I would not deal with this.
All right. I apologize. I apologize for that. That's all right. This is what I'm going to do. I want y'all to hear this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it back from the beginning because the Wi-Fi wants to act like a damn fool. It wants to act like a nigga. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like this. So you can take a listen. Here we go.
To bring my TV, we'll fit it into my car.
Let me start it over. Let me start it over.
Seems to be now my body count.
And while I'm getting this video again, let me just say this. Body counts matter. And for those of you idiots that think that body counts don't matter, yes, it does matter. You know why it matters? Because it determines whether or not you are able to have a healthy, long-lasting, long-term relationship, i.e. marriage, with only one man. Instead of having multiple penises in your mouth, your vagina, and your anus. So yes, body counts matter. You cannot afford to be a connoisseur of penises. You cannot afford to be a walking connoisseur of penises. Period. Point blank.
But I was struggling.
All right. I found the video. I'm going to let you listen to it. And here we go.
To bring my TV, will fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
You see, there's a reason for that. Decades ago, you wouldn't have needed help. The men would have done it for you. The thing is, the world has changed. Women have changed. Now, see, something I tend to do a lot. I tend to imagine, what if I was a man? What would I be doing today? Would I help women? Truthfully, when I think about it, no, absolutely not. Even if my instinct as a man is leaning toward chivalry, I'm not going to help. There's a number of reasons for that. A lot of times, when men are doing nothing wrong, they end up on the internet because the wind blew something into their eye and they might have winked and someone filmed it. And then you end up on TikTok as some kind of perv because you were winking at a woman. And what if she was 17 years old and you liked her? And then you end up on the internet as some kind of creep pursuing young girls. It's just too dangerous. There are cameras out here. People are filming things with duplicitous intent. You don't know when you're going to be the next viral sensation. You don't know when you're the next guy getting your life ruined. You don't know when a woman is going to lash out at you because you might be helping her and she takes offense in that. If I was a man, I would not deal with this. Why would any man in his right mind help a modern woman? They're strong, they're aggressive, they call themselves equal, they say they can do anything that a man can do. Why do you need a man's help? Just do it. Get your girls. Women want men to be old-fashioned, but women don't want to be old-fashioned. They just want the best parts of what men can offer without giving the best parts of themselves.
It took an older man to come and see me struggling. He came out and helped me take the TV out of the box. They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry.
All right. Let me ask you a question before I continue on with this short video. Now, the young woman that just said about what's going on with the contemporary situation, the social climate, if you will, I touched on it briefly. But she's delving deeply into this. Mrs. Nadia says, not even the department sales workers help the customers. Not at all. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? No. Who could really blame them? I don't. And let me ask you this. Would you want to help these loser females? Would you want to help them? Huh? Would you want to help them? No. Why in the world would you run the risk of helping these loser females, knowing full well that you just might get fired over some BS? But that's just one man's opinion. Let's continue.
Yeah, not all men, because there are good men out there, but it's such a rare thing. It took an older man to do that.
Of course it took a 70 or 80-year-old man, because he's not on social media. He doesn't see what's going on out here. He's from a different generation where women were actually beautiful. And he still believes that women are beautiful. I used to believe women were beautiful, but not anymore. Because I'm here on social media. I see what's happening on the streets. I see what's happening to men when they try to be chivalrous and kind. Sometimes it's appreciated. Oftentimes it's not. So a man has to ask himself in that moment, which risk does he want to take? Will this be a good outcome or will this be a negative outcome? A man doesn't know, so he backs away. You can't blame them for that.
We got to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, we do need to go back to the drawing board, but not in regard to men. In regard to women, women need to go back to the drawing board. Do you realize you do need help with things, don't you? You do want them to do things, don't you? Why are they not doing it? Is it because maybe you're not doing something? Or it could be because you are doing something. You're doing too much. You're going against the very thing that you actually want. Women today primarily offer men frustration and even agony. So
frustration and agony is what the majority of you loser females offer men. That's another ingredient as to why the Passport Bros movement is so strong and popular. Look in the mirror because your fathers failed you for not being honest. Your fathers failed you because they were not honest with you. Let's continue.
Instead of coming online and giving a whole lecture on what men need to be doing, maybe you should go online and talk to women about what we should be doing. Because I don't hear any of that.
As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore.
No, we're not going to help. I mean, what's the point of helping? Because the only thing that you're going to do, you're going to scream false rape charges against us. You're going to call us all kinds of incendiary and disrespectful names, ad hominem attacks being thrown at us. Who in their right mind wants to be bothered with that? And you need to go back to the drawing board. You loser females. You need to go back to the drawing board along with your sorry catagamous pansies. Let's continue.
That's right. Again, if I was a man, why would I hold a door? So a woman can curse me out, yell at me, tell me she doesn't need my help? This is what men are actually experiencing. The issue with women is they refuse to look at themselves ever. They see men changing toward us without realizing that we're causing the change that we're complaining about.
Did I not just say, not just tonight, but I've also said this in the past. You females have taught us to treat you the way you're being treated. You got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. You had security. You had a loving, loyal husband, but now you ain't got ish. Donut. Egg. Nada. Zero. Zip. Zilch. Nothing. And it's your fault. You got what you wanted. You wanted equality. You wanted to be seen as our equal. You're strong and independent. You don't need no man. That's what you wanted. You got it. You wanted independence. You wanted to show your strength. You wanted to exhibit your independence. You got that. But you lost security. You lost your peace. You lost all that. And it's your fault. It's your fault. Let's continue.
And even as a woman myself, it does impact me. Men are not as chivalrous to me anymore. But the thing is, men don't know the difference. They don't know which woman is safe and which woman is not. We're not walking around with t-shirts that say, hey, I'm safe, I'm old school. Men don't know the difference. So they have to be aware of all of us. They have to treat all of us as if we're raging radical feminists, because how can men tell the difference? It's not safe out there for them. So any complaints that you have, take it up with the girlies.
That's right. Take it up.
I was struggling to
with the girlies. That's right. Take it up with the girlies. That's right. And see, another thing too. You want a man to go along with your delusions. But guess what? That man is not going to go along with your doggone delusions. Not happening. Nope, nope, and nope. Brother Sam says, you just might catch a criminal case because of her lies against you. A situation similar to that happened to me, about 10 years ago. It was this loser chick that had threatened to lie on me. Said that she had threatened to tell the cops that me and another dude had raped her. Yeah. 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 Sure did. This happened to me, about, listen, this is 2023. Yeah, this happened, yeah, that's about right. About 8, 9, 10 years ago. The nerve of this female dog, this bitch, to threaten to lie on me to the cops that me and another dude raped this chick. Oh, and by the way, here's an update for you. I was never charged. I have a clean bill of health in terms of my criminal record. I don't have a criminal record. Sure don't. Thankfully. But what happened with her? She wound up getting pregnant to a bum. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But she wound up getting pregnant to a bum. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the evil laughing. I'm done. But see, that's what she gets. And I also found out that shortly after that she had threatened to make these false allegations against me and another gentleman, not only did she get pregnant by a bum, but I also heard that bum was kicking her ass too. You know the old cliche, God don't like ugly. And he doggone sure don't like swamp donkeys and struggle faces. Let me get to your observation. Nadia says, self-evaluation is needed. I mean, more like a mental evaluation is needed. Self-evaluation and a mental evaluation is needed, definitely. Brother Sam says, these females are trying to get a man to reimburse themselves for what their father didn't do as a little girl. I blame the mother of that domestic-minded female for all her diligence. Yeah, both. You know what? The father is at fault too for not being honest and legitimate with his daughter, but the mother is also guilty for the exact same thing that you just said. Absolutely. Yeah, these females think that they are casting for the Walking Dead. They are the Walking Dead. They're walking cadavers. They're the Walking Dead. Yeah, Brother Barron, I tell you, man, that God don't like ugly. He don't like struggle faces. He don't like struggle bots. He don't like swamp donkeys. He don't like poverty-faced critters. Nah, he don't like that. She got pregnant by a bum, and that bum was kicking her ass like a punching bag. It serves her right. It serves her ass right. And see, what we're witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this is the downfall of all of these toxic dames. Oh, yeah. It is the downfall of the toxic female. And you know what, Brother Barron, you bring up a good point. Some men didn't even know they have a child. You're absolutely right. Why do you toxic broads? Why do you withhold information like that from these men? You know what? Your downfall is going to continue. Yeah, it is. Your downfall is going to continue. Your downfall is going to continue. Period. Your downfall is going to continue. But you know what? Let me do this right quick. Shout out to the intellectual sniper. He says, quote, the modern woman's life is about forcing and proving. The feminine woman's life is about attracting and inspiring. Chess, hashtag chess 100. And he's spot on. That is the difference between a female and a woman. A female is about forcing and proving. A woman is about attracting and inspiring, ladies and gentlemen. That brings a smile to my face, and that brings such joy to my petty heart. But all of this could and should have been avoided. Now all these females are out here crying, and see, winter is here. The late Kevin Samuels warned you females. Winter was coming. Guess what? Winter is here. Winter has arrived. But you know what? Maybe there's a chance for you. It's right now, it's not looking too good for a lot of you, but there is a chance, perhaps. But you know what? Never mind all that, because what I'm getting ready to do is take a brief intermission. I hope the dancing couple is ready to dance, because I got some tunes here that I think you are going to enjoy, and you're going to appreciate. And we're going to take a brief intermission. When we come back, we're going to wrap this whole dialogue up, and I'm going to give you my final 2 cents. I'm your man, Yosef X. This is Yosef's 2 cents, my 2 cents, our 2 cents, your 2 cents. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a moment.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. So set the boat down before the moment flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. So set the boat down before the moment flies. It's not a problem, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah, and nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to you, and I realize lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. So set the boat down before the moment flies. For it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. So set the boat down before the moment flies. Sometimes I can feel it coming, like a moving tide. Yeah. I pack my things and start running. Yes, I can face it on my own. But when you're by my side, I feel stronger. No need to hide. wait till tomorrow. The rain is like never ending. Oh, it's a moody sight. But your eyes make me forget it. Oh, 'cause they lighten up the sky. 'Cause when you're by my side, I feel stronger. No need to run, no need to hide, 'cause I made up my mind. It is you that I follow. 'Cause it is our time, yeah. And I won't wait till tomorrow. Ooh, yeah. I can't wait till tomorrow. No. Wanna be by your side. No need to run or hide when I'm with you. Ever since we met last night, I've been trying to keep my distance. I just wanna play my cards right. It takes one false move and you'll be gone. But maybe it's alright. I can't tell if it's the right moment, but baby, anyhow, I can hold it in anymore. 'Cause it's time to come out. It's time to come out. I've been holding it for too long. It's time to come out. It's time to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. I'm yours. Never thought I'd even try. After just one day, it's special, yeah. Something in your eyes, ooh, false blue, and you'll be gone. You made me, it's alright. I can tell you, baby, it's the right moment, but baby, anyhow, I can't hold it in anymore. No, 'cause it's starting to come out. It's starting to come out. I've been holding it for too long. It's starting to come out. It's starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Ooh, it's starting to come out. 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 Starting to come
All right, y'all. We are back. We are back. We are back. Listen, we are getting ready to wrap things up, but I had to present this all important disclaimer that I do not own any of the songs and selections played here. I play it under the Fair Use Act of 1976 for your enjoyment and for your pleasure. And I hope that you enjoyed the songs tonight that was played. Normally I play just one, but you know what? The vibes is pretty good. The spirit is the vibe is pretty good, Y'all call it vibes. I say spirit. But it's pleasant. The atmosphere is pleasant tonight. It's chill, And I hope you all enjoyed those selections. I really do. And I'm getting ready now to wrap things up. But in my wrapping things up, I want to say this. It's a shame, honestly. It's really a shame that it's gotten to this point now where that men and women has this deep divide. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me acknowledge. Nadi says next time you have to join us. I'll think about it. I'll just be the DJ and y'all just do your thing. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have been deeply concerned about the relationship man and woman for years. My concern about this deep divide between man and woman started at least in 2017 when I was doing research on the deep divide between man and woman. Because as I was doing the research, and my nephew and I, when my nephew Jamari, shout out to you, nephew, love you, man, and keep doing what you're doing at the barbershop. I've seen your works, man. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. When I was on his platform, I talked about this deep divide. And over 100 and some odd years ago, in 1920, 92% of people in this country alone were married. That's right. 92% of citizens in this country were married. 92.3% to be exact. Whereas the other 8%, they were engaged in common law marriage. It wasn't even recognized in the United States. But as the 20th century progressed, as time progressed, especially during the decade of the 60s, we started seeing a decline. It went from 92% to like 72%. It was a 20% decrease. It was because of the war. It was also because of the beginning of feminism and this so-called sexual liberation for women. And it was also the start of Wade versus Roe. I believe it has something to do with the abortion. In 1973, they made it legal to murder babies. Since 1991, 1,300 to 1,500 black babies were aborted every single day since 1991. The women in this country kicked their husbands out, and they will much rather be supported by Big Daddy government. But guess what? Even Big Daddy government is sick and tired of you now. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do now? Now that Big Daddy government is sick and tired of you, what are you going to do then? What's next? Fast forward now to 2023, according to the Gregorian calendar. Divorces is on the rise. And guess who initiates the divorces? That's right. You toxic, soggy ass chicks. You initiate the divorces. You're a liability. You ain't no damn asset. You're a liability. You only want the title of a wife. You don't want the responsibilities that go along with it. You just want the title. Because you figure the title suits you well. And then you use the children that you really don't like as an insurance policy. But when your children grow up and they discover what a harlot you've been, then what's going to happen? Because they're not going to have anything to do with you. You're going to be dead to them. Then what? What are your options going to be then? Come on. What will your options be then? What's next? See, contemporary relationships is in the trash. Complete garbage. And again, it ain't nobody's fault but yours. Because you look at marriages as a come up. You look at child support as a come up. You look at children as come ups. You look at all this as a jip game. That's your hustle. And men are starting to peep it. Let me tell you something else too, just to make it just how bad it's gotten for you soggy females. It's gotten so bad that you are now starting to be replaced by sex dolls, AI sex dolls to a large degree. Because man don't want to be bothered with you. No man wants to be bothered. You're not loved. You're not liked. You're not respected. Men don't want to be bothered with you. You're a wangamathang softener. You're supposed to make a man's wangamathang hard and stiff, not his life. But you're a wangamathang softener. If you don't look like a drag queen, you're acting like one. Shoot. It gets better. You know why it gets better? Because even lesbians are walking away from you. You got men walking away from you. Big Daddy government is walking away from you. Even lesbians are walking away from you because you're just that doggone bad off. And see, when the lesbians started to walk away from you, it started maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. But since then, the reports of women that were in relationships with women, whether they were bisexual or full-blown lesbian, guess what? They're walking away. They're saying adios, goodbye, good riddance. Because you ain't worth it. And the legitimate dating experts and the legitimate dating gurus, guess what? They've walked away from you too. Because your expectations are absolutely delusional. And nobody in their right mind wants to be bothered with you. Period. Nobody wants to be bothered with you. You're not an asset. You're just a set of an ass. You're not an asset. You're a liability. You are not an asset. You're a set of an ass. How are those BBLs going? Oh, yeah, that's right. Your breast implants, they're popping. Your BBLs are starting to look like you're wearing a dirty diaper, isn't it? Why? Because you're too doggone lazy to hit the gym and do it the old-fashioned way. And all of this that's going on is going to make the Passport Bros movement even stronger. That's all it is. And see, here's something else too. And I'm gone when I say this. I'm out of here when I say this. See, a lot of you females that's talking about you strong, and you independent. You hurt. You're hurting. You know why you're hurting? You're hurting because you realize that the mistakes you've made is having a horrible ill effect. Yeah, you can talk all this smack. You talking about you're strong and independent in front of the camera, in front of the microphone. But when you're away from the lights and the camera and the action, you cry yourselves to sleep. Yeah, you cry yourselves to sleep. You had the ability to be a wife, but you didn't value and you did not appreciate that man that would have treated you like the queen that you so desperately want to be treated like now. He's moved on with his life. He got remarried, started a brand new family. He's happy. He's content. He's loved. He's cherished. He's honored. He's respected. And what are you? Alone, miserable. And what do you do to try to get away from the hurt and the pain? Some of you take drugs. Some of you are strung out on drugs. Some of you are strung out on alcohol. Some of you are addicted to both drugs and alcohol. All because you want to escape the pain. You want to escape the hurt. And the hurt and the pain that you want to escape from is self-inflicted. It could have been, and it should have been avoided. But no. That dude that you said was a square, he's remarried. Got a beautiful wife, beautiful children. And you know what? The woman that he's got in his life now, she looks a hell of a lot better than you do. And I know one thing about females. You hate seeing a female that looks better than you. It burns you up. It absolutely ignites a fire up under you. It pisses you off. Yes, it does. Oh, yeah. And here's something else that you do also. You reach out to your ex. Yeah, you do. You reach out to your ex, and you know what you do? You say, hey, big head. Hey, stranger. Long time no see. Blah, blah, blah. And guess what? He gets the message, and he doesn't even respond to you. He leaves you on red. He doesn't respond to you. He leaves you on red. And guess what he does? He then blocks you. He blocks you on social media. He blocks your number. He blocks you from his life. And once again, you're left angry. You're left hurt. You're left heartbroken. You're left hurt. You're left heartbroken. That disturbs you. That burns you up. And guess what? Tonight, if you don't decide to get high, if you don't decide to get drunk, guess what you're going to do again for the umpteenth time in your life? You're going to cry yourself to sleep. You're going to cry yourself to sleep. And as far as these contemporary relationships is concerned, you've also heard me tell you this too. I will preach this again. I will say it to you again. I shall pontificate it upon you again. Even men that are in marriages, engaged to be married, or you are in a long-term monogamous relationship according to your agreement. Guess what? The men that are in one of these three categories, married, engaged to be married, or dating, guess what? They're starting to look at you females with doubt and suspicion too. And they're wondering, when are you going to undergo your metamorphosis? Because the reality is they're waiting on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're waiting on it. They may not ever, as a matter of fact, they're not going to ever tell you anything. waiting on you to change. They're waiting on you to make a move that they don't like, that they don't approve. They're waiting on you to do something, say something, act in a way. Hell, they're waiting for you to wear something that they ain't going to approve of. And the very second objection to it, you will never, ever see or hear from them ever again. And that, my friends, is my 2 cents. I rest my case. Well, y'all, it's been a ball, but the clock on the wall says that's all for now. Shout out to all of y'all for listening to my podcast tonight. Thank you for making Yosef's 2 cents a part of your Sunday evening routine. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. Like, share, and tag your family and your friends on the Facebook/Meta side. All songs are played under the Fair Use Act of 1976. And if this podcast continues to be a part of your routine whenever we go on the air and you appreciate it, show your support and show your appreciation. Hit that Cash App, $, Cash App, $, Hidden One Truth. Until next time, I'm your man Yosef X. That's been my 2 cents. Catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a good night. Stay warm and stay dry. Peace. I'm out.